Decision.
Ready? I'd like to call the meeting to order for June 10th, 2025. Please rise for a moment of silence. Thank you. Please join in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call. Trustee Sheets.
Here.
Here. Here. Okay. On to Paula. Okay. And the bills tonight, there were 26 checks that came to $39,131.24. Since the last meeting, we had one payroll was, gross was $89,221.04. There were pension payments made in the amount of $40,265.27. Deposit made with CME Credit Union for $860. Deposits paid Ohio Deferred Comp for $1,310, and the IRS $12,202.13.
Did that payroll include the longevity?
Mm-hmm. And on that longevity, I only received information from the union. Normally I get it cheap to show because there's like maybe 4 or 5 long-time part-timers. It's been like 20 some years that we pay, but I didn't get anything this year.
Oh, so you didn't get anything for any of the part-time?
Yeah. The union gave it to me for the unions.
Okay.
So if we're gonna pay them, I need to get some list.
All right. Move on to, I haven't heard from our deputy, so he's either at another meeting or have a training or something. So going to road department, Robert.
Well, where we removed the rocks and ochres, we went ahead and got that seeded finally. There was one gal that wasn't pleased with what we did, but I don't think she fully understands how we did it. She just acted like we threw it on top of the ground and walked away, that grass seed. But we worked it in and then covered it up with some other kind of a mulchy thing. All this rain, we're still in there knocking cemeteries down about once a week. We're about finished up mowing ditches for the first time. We have just a little bit to go yet. Some more equipment repair. We had a line blow on the backhoe. We got that taken care of, and then we've been hauling in stone for when they do the concrete Thursday, I believe. And, I'll be here helping them. Because I guess they want to have both of our dump trucks there to haul the concrete off. We'll take that out back and use it for building up ditch banks where they erode out. That's all I have.
Okay. All right, Lieutenant Johnson.
Hang on, did you have something? Okay.
Chief wanted to pass along that June 15 through 21st is firefighter safety and stand down. So the theme that we'll be focused on training wise would be the behavioral health. Apparatus, lots of maintenance that's been going on. I think officially today, all the PMs have been done on everything. And there's still some repairs coming up. Those will be happening over the next few months. We would like to bring on a part-timer, Emma Crace, get a resolution for that.
Paula, do you know what our next resolution number is?
I don't,
Since I wasn't here last meeting, how many?
I don't.
Don't either, I should. Probably one for the sidewalks. And the locution thing.
there was two last meetings, I think. One was that Jackson.
Yeah, the locution.
And the concrete.
Okay. Okay. So I think that made it. I erased it off of there.
30 and 31.
Okay, thank you. So 32. I'll make resolution 32 to hire Emma Crace for part-time, she an EMT? or
Firefighter EMT,
medic?
yes.
Or firefighter EMT.
Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Hunter?
Yes.
Trustee Good?
Yes.
Thank you for that. The State Fire Academy is providing 2 training opportunities next week, which will be the fire behavior lab and then the driving simulator. For both of those simulators, there's been some invites for our neighboring departments to come over and train on those. Robert kind of touched on the walkway. Concrete scheduled for the 12th, depending on the weather. We've had a water softener issue. She was contacted the plumber. Building inspections are ongoing. Hydrants, I believe, are done. Post testing is happening. It's something else we've had, so we're in that process. And the locution meeting also scheduled for the 12th.
I just have a question on that agreement with Jackson. Are they gonna be billing us or?
Yes, they will be billing us.
Right.
Okay, as Ed reminded me, I'll make a motion to pay our expenditures. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Roll call?
Trustee Sheets?
Yeah.
Trustee Hunter?
Yes.
Trustee Good?
Yes. You were finished, right?
Yeah, unless Chief has anything else.
I got quarterly run reports. I'll give a copy of this when I'm done, but also, I would like to get added to our AEP bill so I can have them come in and do an assessment of our building or energy assessment, because I'd like to see where we're at. Because our bills are pretty high for electric, and if there's anything we can do, limited or no cost to reduce that, that would be great. I think they do assessments, but I can't do it without being on one of the contacts on the bill, so.
Paula, are you the only?
I just get the bill. I mean, they don't call me about, I don't get anything. I just get the invoice.
Yeah, I don't know of anybody that's a contact on it.
I'll check and see.
It'd be like 3 chiefs ago.
It could be. I'll double, it could be, yeah.
I mean, we've always had it since I've been here, so I just get the invoices, and I
Well,
never have
because
free.
Paul and I were talking, we still had Nugent on the Sam's Club account, but we're.
Might have to call Harry to come in.
Yeah, I mean, I just.
I'll check and see.
I never been in contact with them
Yeah.
or anything. Streetlights are totally different, so.
Yeah.
Remind me, and I can give you that guy's name who works with AEP but is very responsive.
Perfect,
Because we're meeting a
I
couple.
was gonna say several meetings.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Yep, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, if you remind me
Yeah,
in the morning.
he sends us an email like every week.
Yeah, he's super helpful.
Yep, that'll be perfect.
Good idea.
Yeah, remind me.
All right, do we have any old business? Any new business?
I got a question related to the AEP stuff. I got an email basically saying what I'm paying now and it's gonna go up, which I think we've talked about at a meeting not too long. Are we in, I don't know what the right term is, co-op? Are we in one now or are we getting a new one?
You're
We're in an,
aggregation.
Aggregation?
Yeah, you're not in a co-op, you're in an aggregation.
Now, is that one that, I think the company I had was Niner?
Diana, that's still on there.
It's the same one, but the rates are going up like 50%, I think. The AP guy said we're paying, it was like 6 or so cents, it's gone up to like 9,
Yes,
so that's, okay. So it's not an, or still have the option of opting out,
you
or,
can.
but, okay. Alright.
But there was something posted the other day on Facebook, take it for what it is, that AEP's not in the aggregate, and some people are gonna see 36% increase. You know, it was, other power companies were less than that, but AEP upped it for.
I mean, the thing I got was from AP, but if we're in the aggregation or whatever, but I don't know what the rate is, I think he told us, he needs to get what it is. That's all.
and that's been on the news too. And nothing stops them from, let's say they're at 10 or 12, from going up to 15, 16. Where we're locked in at the 9, I think it's 9.1.
It's 9.1 for a year.
That starts pretty soon, I think June
First.
June first, oh, already started. The other thing I had for Deputy Atkins, who's not here, my neighbor stopped me, but it'd be a question for him is, the speeding on our roads is continuous, I guess. I don't know, I know in the past there was one of the flashing signs, which to me doesn't do any good, some people race it to see how fast they can show us, but I don't know, we didn't get the sheriff to sit out there once in a while.
Didn't they have it out there for a while?
It was cleared out by Hensel, but,
Oh, okay.
which, you know, people are turning down there, slow it down.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you could, I think they keep a record of that too. That sign records it and they can go back and,
But I didn't know if, I mean, not the, I mean, I try to stay under the speed limit, and when I come out there, I try to tell them to stay low, but,
well, the sign does tell you, slow down.
if the sheriff would, you know, sit out there once in a
Well, what I've
while,
got-
with that manpower and all that stuff, I totally understand.
What I've noticed a lot of times, they just gotta find the right spot to put it. Close to your house, it's probably a little too hilly in spots.
So they fly. The guy at the top of the hill that comes in a lot of times, Tom, right up from 665.
Yeah.
He said last night a motorcycle went by. He was there's a curve there. He was airborne, and he was on the other side of the curve. If someone was coming up the hill, there would have been a heck of a mess there.
Yeah.
But that's all.
I can give you his email address, you wanted to shoot him an email. Yeah.
Okay, under announcements, we have Derby Creek Drive will be closed at the railroad track tomorrow. And it says just for tomorrow. They're repairing the railroad tracks. They're on the roadway. They must be repairing the railroad tracks themselves. There was like railroad ties. Have you heard anything?
Well, they're probably gonna put new ties under there too, cause they're probably from all like the road sold and stuff.
These were ties all the way down to.
Oh, yeah, they put a bunch of new railroad timbers in.
And they don't even use the tracks.
I think the reasoning is, cause you know, have you seen how they store cars on it? If they don't use it in a certain time period, it's considered abandoned. So that's why they'll put them other tankers and other cars on it just to keep it open track. Which, yeah, really it doesn't really serve any purpose anymore than just being there. Um,
I'm glad they're fixing that.
Yes.
And then Norton Road is going to close Monday for about 60 days. And that will be at the little bridge by the old Oakhurst Golf Course, the Grace Evangelical Church now.
And to interrupt, I'll probably cause more traffic.
Probably so.
You can get it fast and more sign that says slow down.
I'll get hit.
And Tim Helsel and Don Mernan will be collecting fans donated at the fire station for the Beat the Heat fan campaign that benefits Central Ohio's most vulnerable residents during periods of extreme heat. Since this annual drive, Life Care Alliance has collected and distributed more than 22,000 fans. I think that's over 22 years that they have been doing this. Older adults, people with chronic illness, and homebound individuals are more susceptible to heat exhaustion and heat stroke. A simple box fan can lower a room's temperature by 10 degrees and save lives. So we want to thank Tim and Don for their work, and anyone wishing to help can drop a fan off at any fire station for distribution by Life Care Alliance. Any other announcements? Paula?
Okay, most everything I have, is just like newsletter type, things. If anybody's interested in running for office on the, PERS board, I have some information on that. We did receive the title for the fire engine map. And, just making note, not sure why it happened, but, I had deposited 3 checks into Fifth Third. One of them was that Rumpke check we get. And the bank kicked it back out and said, because it was made out to Pleasant Township trustees, they said that, you're not on the account. So, but I've deposited those checks a zillion times and it's never kicked back. So I'll have to go into the bank and get it added back to the account.
Yeah, I have positive checks.
Well, I
Write
endorsed
PT
it.
on them. and
I endorsed a deposit Pleasant Township and it went in with 3 checks,
Yeah, weird.
but they picked one of the 3 to kick back out, so. But anyways, I was just making you aware of that, so.
Did all that get worked out with the payroll and that
Well,
appearance scam?
Kuno was paid, obviously. And, I was in contact with the banks and, I haven't heard anything back.
Did they credit the money back?
They have not done it, so.
Anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay. Don't have any speaker sheets. Does anybody have anything they want to bring up?
Question.
Okay.
I know since you're trustees, I was wondering, since you guys were at the ODOT meeting in May at the library, do they keep in touch with you, like if they're doing a traffic study or they had a couple of those rubber counter?
They're on 62.
Do you know how long they were there? I mean, does that mean
They're about 3 days.
so were they doing a traffic study then? Or
I would assume so. A traffic count.
they will not, did they get back to you and
They haven't so far. But they are scheduling a meeting for mid-July to talk about that roundabout. Maybe they'll bring it up then.
at the library again?
That's to be determined, I guess. They don't have that set in concrete.
And then, Robert, you said they're gonna, chew up,
They're gonna mill up that first section to get started.
okay, so then of course everybody's gonna ask.
Yeah, that's why I was.
So what does that mean,
Just have them call.
when is it gonna start?
I have no clue, because he'll let me know, when they get a definite date. But sometime this summer is all I can say right now.
Sometime, okay, that's good enough, I can have some.
Yeah. I know that narrows it down, but yeah.
No, we need to have an answer, yeah. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Like if they have another meeting about the roundabout, if you take that question, ask them. They should tell you.
Oh, 'cause we're still trying to get a traffic light. It's been, what, 3 years?
Yeah.
I did talk to them there, but, because when they put the round, when they start that's really gonna be bad down there to try to get out. It's already,
Yes.
and I don't know how you guys, I guess you're gonna have to go through Harrisburg and come around,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know, even a temporary, get something. Like even the Darbyville, what's the little, not this one, the other one, Darbyville? Over in Pickaway County? Is it Darbyville? When they worked on their bridge, they had one that was
Temporary.
just temporary. But
They were here one time for a different roundabout meeting. And while the meeting was going on, there was an accident
Yeah.
right
I
there.
remember that.
So we told them, you see the trucks leaving? That's where they're going. For an auto accident, we've been telling you.
we've sent pictures, I mean, it's scary.
Well, that's where our medic got hit. We just got it back after a year. And we weren't even on a run, just going down 60.
Yeah, come over that hill really fast, we're trying to pull you up.
Are you talking about on 665 or 62?
665,
Well, that's scary, that is scary.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for that roundabout, I'm very grateful.
Anything else?
Do you have the email for the guy at ODOT in Delaware
Yes,
that you
yes,
can contact?
I met a new one the other day,
Maggot dot
Yeah,
Drew.
he said that, they were discussing it, that he didn't really go into,
I would keep.
oh, I do, I'm very annoying.
In a good way. So it's concerned.
No, when I told him who I was at that meeting, it was kind of like, oh, God.
That's how you find out things.
Yep.
Okay, if there's nothing else, I would like to ask for an executive session. I move to go in executive session according to Ohio Revised Code Section 121.22G1 for the purpose of discussing personnel issues. Do I have a second? A second. Roll call?
Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Hunter?
Yes.
Trustee Good?
Yes.
Yeah, but okay.
Ready?
You're good to go.
Under the Ohio Revised Code Section 121.22G, I move to come out of executive session. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Roll call, Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Hunter, yes. Trustee Good?
Yes.
I will make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Hunter, yes. Trustee Good?
Yes.
Meeting adjourned.